Morning, everybody. Welcome to Hacking Self-Storage. In this podcast, what we do is we go through all the tricks and tips and my figures about self-storage. My name's Dean Booty, aka, oh no, I hate this bit, Mr. Self-Storage. Someone came up to me at the show and said, why the hell do you call yourself Mr. Self-Storage? I was like, I listened to a podcast and this podcast said somebody should be the Mr. Cars, Mr. This, and for every niche. I'm like, all right, I'll do it. And so that's where it came from. Anyway, so in this episode, what we're going to do is we're going to run, as you probably see, if you're watching this on YouTube or LinkedIn or whatever, then you can see the graphs. If you're not, I'm going to explain the graphs for you. What we're going to do is we're going to go through my price per square foot for Mansfield. And tomorrow, we're going to talk about my price per square foot for all the other sites. And this, my friends, is so, so powerful. And the overriding message that I want you to get from this is what gets measured gets improved. If you're not tracking something, I promise you, you can get far greater results by tracking it. And this is what we're doing here. And I want to show you exactly what a start of a self-storage journey facility looks like, because this follows the same path, same trajectory as every other site. Probably it's gone a little bit quicker, the trajectory, than any other site. So what I'm going to do is read out some figures. So what we've got here is, I'm going to start with November 23. I think we opened the 17th of November, or was it the 12th? Anyway, I can't remember. But we opened middle of November. And by the end of November, we had 4,150 square foot in place. We had the rate per square foot was £4.51. Now, it's not great, obviously, but there's plenty of offers on. And don't forget, this is how much we took for that month. So if we'd have opened at the start of a month, it'd have been better. It's only because we opened halfway through the month. And what this true period revenue says is that it's not for the next 4 weeks. It's up until the invoices, up until the end of November. And we took £1,539. So it was £4.51 per square foot. So I don't think anybody in self-storage can run a business on £4.51 per square foot. It's just not happening. So obviously it needs to improve. But the main thing we wanted to do when we first opened is occupancy. Like I always teach, there's 3 versions, there's 3 stages of opening the site. Stage number 1 is occupancy. It doesn't really matter. Does a little bit, but not the most important factor is getting people in. We can start doing revenue management, etc. once we get the occupancy. So the main stage is 1, get people in. Stage 2 is we want to talk about starting to turn that revenue management. So we want to start looking a little bit more at the price per square foot. So we're still doing the occupancy, we're still doing the deals, but we're turning the tap, I don't know, we're pushing revenue management a little bit. So there's stage 2. So we're in between models. Stage 3 is all about price per square foot. That is when you get to a certain occupancy and then you're going for price per square foot. Occupancy takes a backseat because we know that price per square foot, if we can drive that up, then as long as we don't lose too much occupancy, it's going to be a net plus for us. So in December, at the end of December, we finished at 6,625 square foot. We had a takings of a revenue of 5,335. So that equates to £9.48 per square foot. So a little bit of an improvement there. January was stagnant, even though we increased the square footage, let square foot. It was 9,610. We took 7,804, and the price per square foot increased slightly to £9.57. In February, we saw a 30% increase. We had 12,055 square foot let, and we took £12,041. The price per square foot then jumped to £12.57. In March, at the end of March, we had 13,500 square foot let, with a takings, a revenue of 17,486, which meant the price per square foot, this is a big one, is £15.25. So we've shot up from £12 to £15. There's an increase all the time, which we want to see. It doesn't matter how big the increase, as long as we make marginal gains. In April, we lost square footage in April. We went down from 13,500 to 12,830. But check this out, folks. Our takings was 20,266. So although we lost square foot, we gained revenue, and that is critical and crucially important. We want to keep improving our revenue. Yes, the price per square foot is a lagging indicator, which means that previous results will impact the the amount of revenue you get, therefore the price per square foot. So at the minute, we are taking £19.22 per square foot, which is good. It's fantastic. At the minute, what we've done is we've realized, because we lost square footage in April, we realized we went from stage 1 to stage 2 too quickly. So we reverted back to stage 1, and we're focusing now on occupancy. This, because it's a lagging indicator, the price per square foot will continue to rise this month. I believe it'll be around about the £22 mark. And because we're focusing now on occupancy, I think it'll stay around the 20 to 23 for the next few months, and then it will increase with, hopefully, we're hoping to hit around about £30 per square foot before the end of this year. And to give you some concept of how important this is, I'm coming down here. I'm going to read this from, it's in the newsletter today, mrselfstorage.com. Go and sign up there. It is wonderful, if I don't say so myself. Right. I expect to hit, excuse me, this site to hit £30-ish per square foot by the end of the year. If we do hit £30 per square foot, it means even if we don't increase our lettable square foot, our revenue will increase to around £32,000 a month. So even if we don't increase our square footage and we just do a little bit of revenue management, dynamic pricing, then we will increase £12,000 every single month if we hit that £30 a month mark, £30 per square foot mark, the rental, £30 per square foot. So this really, really highlights the importance of increasing your rate per square foot. It's incredible. The rate per square foot has a massive, massive impact on your business. And when I talk to other operators, I don't think we focus on this number enough, because like I said there, if we do increase to £30, and there's no reason why we shouldn't, by the way, all of our other sites are doing it. And by the way, I know that everybody disagrees with me. Every man and his dog disagrees with me, but I include insurance on this. So it's the rent of a unit and the insurance. I don't understand why people don't include the insurance, and other people, to be fair to them, don't understand why I do it the way I do it. Everybody thinks I'm wrong. I think everybody else is wrong. So, and do you know what? If I'm really honest, I don't think there's any right or wrong. I just think it's different ways of doing things. For me, and for my purpose, I want to know the revenue that unit is collecting, whether it be rent or insurance. It's collective. It's a collective for me. And I've listened to everybody's opinions on this, and everybody, and people I massively respect in the industry says I'm doing it wrong. And I've tried to look at it from their point of view. I've listened to them. I've heard them out, and I just don't see it. I just don't get it. I don't get where they're coming from. But equally, they don't get where I'm coming from either. So everybody else in the industry has the rent per square foot based on how much actual rent you're getting. I include the rent and insurance because it's connected. It's connected. They're both connected together. They're both associated with that unit. So yeah, I don't understand why people don't do it, but you know, it's the way other people are. So every other site is around, not every other site, most of our sites are around £30 per square foot. I don't think there's any reason why Mansfield can't get there by the end of this year. And so even if we stagnate now and don't have any extra square foot coming overall, we're still net the same square foot. By the end of the year, we'll be taking an extra £12,000 a month, every month. So for me, it highlights your rate per square foot, price per square foot. If you keep increasing that over time, then you are onto a winner chicken dinner. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Jesus, I've just been walking with my hat, with my earphones on, and if you can see my hair, Anyway, right. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you very much for tuning in. I will speak to you guys tomorrow when I'm going to tell you all about all my other sites and how they're doing for the rate per square foot. All right. See you soon. Love you. I appreciate you. Bye.